Don't worry if you haven't been able to keep up with the hundreds of announcements that AWS made recently during reInvent 2021. It's okay, I have watched a ton of sessions on your behalf, read a ton of blog posts in order to prepare this easily digestible summary so you don't miss anything important. My name is Ilyas and I'm a senior cloud solutions architect. Now let's do this. If you're looking for analytics-related announcements, make sure to watch the first episode of the series. If you're looking for machine learning-related announcements, we're covering it in this one, so stick around. And we start with Amazon SageMaker Canvas, a visual point-and-click, no-code interface to build machine learning models. I haven't tried it yet, but AWS claims you can quickly access and prepare data from different sources for building ML models through this user interface. Now, SageMaker Canvas also leverages AutoML technology from Amazon SageMaker, which automatically trains and builds models based on your data sets. The goal, in my opinion, is to push ML even closer to developers. And SageMaker Canvas, according to AWS, helps employees with an enterprise, regardless of their technical skills, to create accurate machine learning models from different data sets and collaborate more effectively with data scientists. Now, one of the top announcements made on day 3 was Amazon SageMaker Studio Lab. AWS calls it a free, no-configuration ML service designed for developers, academics, and data scientists to learn and experiment with machine learning. It is currently in preview, but from the demos that I've seen, it looks suspiciously like a managed version of Jupyter Labs. Now, SageMaker Studio Lab brings some interesting capabilities, like its integration to GitHub, enabling you to open, view, edit, and run any Jupyter notebook, as well as integration to Git, of course, for versioning. And another SageMaker service goes serverless. AWS introduced Amazon SageMaker Serverless Inference, a new inference option that enables customers to deploy machine learning models for inference without having to configure or manage the underlying infrastructure. The way it works is that when you select the serverless option when deploying your machine learning model, Amazon SageMaker automatically provisions and scales the write compute capacity based, of course, on the volume of inference requests. You pay only for the duration of running the inference code and the amount of data processed. So I believe this would be very useful for applications with unpredictable traffic, an application that would require a lot of requests at a given time, for example, only at the end of the month, but in general, it wouldn't, like a payroll platform. Now, the 3 other options for this particular capability are SageMaker Real-Time Inference for workloads with low latency requirements in order of milliseconds. Second one is SageMaker Batch Transform to run predictions on batches of data. And the third one is SageMaker Asynchronous Inference for inferences with large payload sizes or requiring long processing times. Something else that's new is Amazon SageMaker Ground Truth Plus. That's a mouthful. Now, typically when you're training machine learning models, data scientists need high-quality labeled data sets. And as you have more of them, you need more labeling. And so suddenly you end up wrangling data at all the time, and you need a data labeling workforce. And this is where Amazon SageMaker Ground Truth Plus comes in. So according to AWS, this one lets you create high-quality training datasets without having to build labeling applications or managing the labeling workforce on your own. The way it works is you share data along with the labeling requirements, and Ground Truth Plus sits up and manages your data labeling workflow based on your requirements. From there, an expert workforce that is trained on a variety of machine learning tasks perform the required data labeling. AWS says Ground Truth Plus uses machine learning techniques, including active learning, pre-labeling, and machine validation, which increases the quality of the output datasets and decreases the data labeling costs by up to 40%, according to AWS. And we're not done with SageMaker. Not yet, because AWS also announced Amazon SageMaker Inference Recommender. And this basically lets you choose the best available compute instance and configuration to deploy machine learning models for optimal inference, performance, and cost. It seems it works by looking at your input data, your models, their size, and all kind of other stuff, and automatically selects the right compute instance and model up simulations for inference to maximize performance and minimize cost. You can also use SageMaker Inference Recommender from Amazon SageMaker Studio, the AWS command line, and the SDK. It is generally available in all regions where SageMaker is available, except AWS China regions. Now, speaking of SageMaker, as if we're gonna talk about anything else today, AWS announced Amazon SageMaker Training Compiler, a new feature that can accelerate the training of deep learning models by up to 50% through more efficient use of GPU instances. So to accelerate the task of training complex deep learning models for natural language processing, computer vision, or fine-tuning multi-layered neural networks with billions of parameters, a task can take up to thousands of GPU hours to train. But AWS says you can now use SageMaker Training Compiler with minimal changes to your existing training scripts, and it's integrated into the latest versions of PyTorch, TensorFlow, and SageMaker, and works under the hood of these frameworks so that no other changes to your workflow are required when it's enabled. Now, I'm not a machine learning expert myself, so some of you will probably correct me in the comments, but from what I read, it works by converting the deep learning models from a high-level language representation to hardware-optimized instructions. Reminds me of, just-in-time compiler that PHP recently introduced in version 8, I suppose. Now, if you like driving around controlled cars and better yet, making them drive themselves, you're probably aware of DeepRacer League, the world's first global autonomous racing league. Well, DeepRacer announced at reInvent Day 3 a new structure for the upcoming 2022 seasons of DeepRacer League. The new structure includes physical races in the summit circuit, live virtual head-to-head racing, and a dedicated student league. Now, in 2022, AWS says you will get way more opportunities to race live via the return of physical racing on the summit circuit, a new live head-to-head format on the virtual circuit, plus a new student-only division dubbed the AWS DeepRacer Student League. All this kicks off March the 1st. Now, if you've ever used Amazon Lex to build a chatbot, you will be excited about its new capability called Amazon Lex Automated Chatbot Designer. Why do they always have to use such long names? Well, anyway, it's available in preview right now. This feature is designed to allow customers to build, test, and deploy chatbots and virtual assistants on contact center services, such as Amazon Connect, right? On websites also, and messaging channels like Facebook Messenger. AWS said that the automatic chatbot designer uses machine learning to analyze conversation transcripts and semantically cluster them around the most common intent and related information. For example, to create a bot designed for insurance transcriptions, it can analyze thousands of lines of transcripts and identify intents such as file a new claim from phrases such as "my basement is flooded, I need to start a new claim." AWS says the intents in the design are well defined to remove any overlap between them, so the bot can understand the user better for an efficient interaction. The automated chatbot designer, according to AWS, also automates a significant portion of the bot designs, minimizing effort and reducing the overall time it takes to design a chatbot. The next announcement on our list is for Amazon Kendra, the machine learning powered intelligence search service. Amazon Kendra has launched 3 new features this year. Amazon Kendra Experience Builder, which lets you deploy a fully functional and customizable search experience with Amazon Kendra in a few clicks without any coding or machine learning experience. It leverages a visual designer, allowing you to get up and running super fast. The second feature is Amazon Kendra Search Analytics Dashboard. It is, like the name infers, a dashboard that displays quality and usability metrics across your Kendra-powered search applications. It is useful, to understand how your end users are finding relevant search results, how your users interact with your search application, and how effective the results are. And the third feature is called Kendra Custom Document Enrichment. And it is a way to build your custom ingestion pipeline that can pre-process documents before they get indexed into Amazon Kendra. For example, while ingesting content from a repository like SharePoint using Kendra connectors, you can enrich documents with additional metadata. You can convert scanned document to text. You can classify documents, extract entities, and further transform the documents using custom ETL processes. Now, this enrichment is performed by simple rules that can be configured in the console or by invoking functions from Amazon Lambda functions. And finally, in the topic of machine learning, AWS announced the AWS AI and ML Scholarship Program in collaboration with Intel and Udacity to help bring diversity to the future of AI and the ML workforce. This provides students who self-identify as underrepresented and underserved in high school and college opportunities to learn foundational machine learning concepts to prepare them for careers in AI and ML. Now, I will include links to know more about the scholarship program in the description, so make sure to check that out. And that was it for machine learning related announcements. Where do we go from here? I covered ML announcements in this episode, analytics in this one, but more episodes about compute, databases, storage, and IoT are being prepared, so make sure to subscribe for that. My name is Ilyas, and see you in the next one. Peace out.